Hey everybody, it's Wayne bringing you a dividend portfolio update, getting you caught up on all the passive income that I've earned these past several months. February of 2021, that was the first month that I ever received any passive income from individual stocks or ETFs, and I earned a whopping 48 cents. Crazy to think that just a few years later, and I am hopefully on track to make $22,500 this year. That is certainly the goal. Now, if we look at 2024, I made $18,517. So you would think going from $18,500 to $22,500 really wouldn't be that difficult. Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been easy though, because I am no longer contributing any more earned income into my M1 portfolio. Let's go back over here to year-to-date investment amount, and you can see 2023 I invested about $105,000. 2024 I invested $120,000. Now there is an asterisk to point out with that $120K that I invested. About 14 of it came from options premium income, not earned income. And so technically earned income probably going to be closer to about 105 or 106,000. Now take a look here at 2025. My projections for this year's total contribution is going to be right around 53,000. So why am I not aggressively investing as much as I did the previous year? So I want to go back to 2024. There was a real estate transaction that I was unable to take advantage of, and the biggest reason being I did not have enough cash on the sidelines, and I refused to sell out of any positions or liquidate to get that cash. And so I told myself, moving forward, if there were to be a real estate opportunity that will likely present itself in the future, I want to have enough cash flow on the sidelines. And so right now I am not contributing as much as I would like to into my M1 portfolio or even other retirement accounts, because I'm trying to stack significant amounts of cash. If we go back to what I mentioned, I have not contributed one penny, not one penny, into my M1 portfolio. So how do I see my dividend portfolio continue to grow, but at the same time I want to stack cash? So let me show you how I'm going to be able to achieve this. Now last year, leading into 2025, I invested in high yielding monthly positions. So let me give you a preview of all of the monthly pairs that I have specifically in my M1 portfolio. Wouldn't that cash flow that I'm able to generate every single month, couldn't I take that cash flow and continue to reinvest into my M1 portfolio, and not just reinvest into the monthly pairs, but actually build up positions that I want to hold for the long term? So let me go ahead and show you what is in the long-term focus size of my M1 portfolio, and you will see I've got 12 positions here. I think that these 12 positions, I'm going to be able to hold them forever. I really like that the majority of these positions have a very, very strong and an aggressive compounding growth rate, and that's what I need in order to continue having my dividend portfolio grow year over year. Yes, I have a significant amount of income pairs, but that income, right, needs to fund growth. And so that's what I did. These are all of the monthly pairs that I have in my M1 portfolio. And with the exception of ADC, everything else is exclusively funding those 12 positions in the M1 portfolio. Now, I know what you're probably thinking when I say the terms high yielding and monthly pair. You might automatically assume that I'm investing in garbage. You might automatically assume that I've only got yield traps in the portfolio. And you might think that I've really experienced significant NAV erosion with all of these positions. I want to go ahead and highlight a few, and I'm going to show you the good, I'm going to show you the bad. We're going to go ahead and start with the good. And we'll start with JetQ. JetQ, in which I have 234 shares, I'm bringing in on an annual basis right around $1,400. But again, take a look here at the profit loss. Even though it is a monthly pair, I've got a really solid yield on cost, and I am currently in the green. Go ahead and take a look at one of the newer additions to the M1 portfolio, and that is SPY. I've got about 214 shares. I'm bringing in about $1,300 every single year. And once again, you can see I am in the green. My yield on cost is higher than the current dividend yield. Take a look here at Triple QI. This is another recent addition. I've got just under 200 shares, and I'm bringing in about $1,400 on an annual basis. And yes, my yield on cost is higher than the current dividend yield, which means I am in the green. Now, I want to show you the bad, because it's not going to be, oh, look how amazing I am with my selections. I want to point out FEPI. FEPI, I currently have 102 shares. The annual income that I can expect to receive is $1,287, but I am currently in the red. And so I kind of want to go back to my spreadsheet, because if we look at FEPI, line item number 16, I have received about $481 this year, but I'm currently in the red about $370. So yes, not every single monthly payer gets a gold star. Some of them I currently am in the red. Let's go ahead and take a look here at another one. This is AIPI. Now on this one, I only own 70 shares. I can expect to receive about $1,200 on an annual basis. But again, I am upside down around $600. But I go back to the spreadsheet here, and you can see so far this year, I've made about $450. With BST, once again, you can see I've got 439 shares, bringing in around $1,300 on an annual basis. And my yield on cost is higher than the current dividend yield, which means I am in the green. Let's go ahead and take a look here at IWMI. This is a relatively newer position to my M1 brokerage, 62 shares, annual income's right around $440. However, I am bag holding because you can see I've got about a $330 deficit. We'll go back to the spreadsheet. Let's go ahead and highlight IWMI. And again, a relatively newer position. It's only brought in so far this year $136. But again, that income is being used to fund the positions that I have in the long-term slice. And then we'll go ahead and close out with Maine and O Realty Income. Now, Maine has been a real winner for me, and I've been long on Maine for several years now. 411 shares, bringing in about $1,200 on an annual basis. Take a look at this yield on cost. 7% compared to the current dividend yield of just over 5%. And I am currently in the green around $6,000. And the last position that I'll show you is O Realty Income. I've got 509 shares, bringing in about $1,600 every single year. And I am currently in the red about $225. But I can just tell you right now, if we look at line item 35, I've definitely brought in just this year way more income that I have of what I'm in the red. I want to point out one other thing, because right now we just finished out with May, all the passive income that I've earned this month. I want to go back to May of last year, and you can see that I earned $1,450, and I earned that from 30 total dividend payments. If we hover over what I just earned this month, I made more money, so $1,650, but I did so with 4 less positions. This has been a constant theme in my portfolio as well. I have been reducing the total number of positions that I have in my portfolio. Take a look here at last month. I made $1,300 from 24 total dividend payments. If we hover over to April of last year, I made less money and I had more positions. Take a look here, March, which by the way is the record holder for the most passive income that I've earned in a single month. 41 total dividend payments paid me out $2,900. Yet the previous year, I made $2,600, and I made that from 52 total dividends. And so I am reducing the total amount of positions. Year to date, I am at $8,766. If we look at where I was this time last year, I was at $6,670. So we're about $2,000 ahead of where I was at. And again, we're ahead with less positions. So do me a favor, throw it down in the comments. Let me know if you are also implementing a similar strategy. I'd love to see how it's working for you. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.